Welcome to the Landmark Sports Show with Anthony and John, broadcasting live from Landmark High School. Leading off today, we have Ant discussing a little UFC MMA action, giving us a little summary of last week's interview with Jimmie Rivera. Go ahead, Ant.
All right. If you saw last week's episode, you saw me at Jimmie Rivera's Tiger Showman School interviewing him, asking him a few questions about his status update, about when he's going to get his shot at the title, when is his next fight. And I asked him who is his favorite fighter of all time. And I asked him why did he get into MMA. And I actually asked him why did he choose Tiger Showman.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed the interview last week. I actually lied to the audience. I said I was sliding behind the camera. I didn't intentionally lie. I didn't end up being the cameraman. We had Ray John Wright, another Landmark student here, doing the camera work last week. He did an excellent job. Shout out to you, Ray John.
Yeah, shout out, brother. He couldn't come last week because he was in a meeting. But Ray John, I'm really happy that you were able to record, and I thank you for that.
Yeah, did a great job. We might bring him back in next week for a little special segment.
Yep.
But I really enjoyed the interview. I thought Jimmie Rivera was a great person, great interview. You did an excellent job asking him some tough questions about, talking on Twitter and stuff like that.
Thank you.
I think you did a nice job of, giving him some nice, easy questions, but also, giving him some tough ones too.
Yeah, thank you, John. I appreciate it. I mean, teachers this entire week have told me that I did an amazing job. And folks, either tomorrow or next week or whenever, one of our good friends, Dennis, he's going to take me to the area where they do MLB Network. And possibly I might show them our videos. So see how that goes.
Yeah, sky's the limit.
Yep. Take advantage of every opportunity.
That's right. And anything else from the interview, or we want to move forward?
Nothing else, but Jimmie, thank you so much for taking the opportunity from your schedule to let me come and interview you. I really appreciate it, and hopefully one day we get you back on the show. And hopefully by that time, you're going to be next in line for the title.
Yeah, great guy, folks. If you watching it at home, like me, you didn't have like a favorite UFC MMA fighter, you might want to think about Jimmie Rivera because, he's working, he's training, he's training other people, and he took the time for Ant to do an interview. So, I'll say it today, Jimmie Rivera is definitely my favorite UFC fighter.
Good choice.
All right, Ant, on to UFC 209. The main event was Wonder Boy versus the Chosen One.
Yeah. That was a terrible fight. Oh, God. Honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Holly Holm versus Jermaine Duranami had a little bit more action.
Really? It was better?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, God. Wonder Boy. Woodley, what were you guys doing?
why was it so bad? They just weren't throwing punches? Or
They weren't doing anything in the fight. I mean, yeah, they weren't doing anything.
if you're a fighter, then you got to fight, right? That's what
Yeah,
you're
but I
supposed
mean,
to do.
but the thing is, nobody landed much significant strikes, and not much action in the fight.
They're just collecting checks? You think that was it?
Probably, or they have a lot of respect for each other.
Oh.
You know what that fight kind of reminded me of? It kind of reminded me of Roy McDonald versus Stephen Thompson, Wonder Boy.
Similar.
Yeah, Wonder Boy is his nickname. Wonder Boy is Stephen Thompson's
So
nickname.
does Stephen Thompson end up in a lot of these fights where not a lot happens?
Not really. I mean,
No?
it's just like a few fights. This was only the second fight.
Okay, Wonder Boy, if you're watching, we expect a little more action next time.
Wonder Boy, man. I didn't like the fight, but you should be the welterweight champion right now. Tyron Woodley ended up winning the fight by controversial majority decision. Everybody thought Wonder Boy won the fight, definitely. Even Dana White says that was one of the biggest robberies ever.
Really? And he's
Yeah.
the commish, right?
Yeah, even he said that Wonder Boy won the fight. He won 3 rounds to 2.
Yeah, I know you're getting tired of these judges, right? Because
These judges are getting me mad, and it's Las Vegas. It's Vegas mainly. Nevada State Athletic Commission, you need to fix your judges.
yeah, get it together.
Exactly.
That's your job.
Even Bellator judges don't do it like that. Like, Bellator, You don't see much fights go to decisions, but when they do, they actually call the right decision.
Right.
Yeah.
It seems like it's not hard. I mean, if there's an overwhelming majority of people, including the commissioner and you, who I think is a very intelligent UFC fan, that say that, Wonder Boy won, then it shouldn't be hard for the judges to get it right.
Exactly. It's just these judges are stupid. They don't know what they're doing. But ultimately, congratulations to Tyron Woodley. I'm a fan of his.
Yeah. Are you seeing a rematch in the future?
No.
No.
I don't see a rematch happening. Honestly, I hope that doesn't happen. Thompson, Wonder Boy, you will get another shot at the welterweight title, just as long as Tyron Woodley is not the champion. If Tyron is the champion, then when you get another shot, I wish you the best.
Yeah. Next time, throw a few more punches, though.
Both of them.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to UFC Fight Night, Belfort versus Gastelum.
Mm-hmm.
Kelvin Gastelum, this is his second middleweight fight. He fought Tim Kennedy at UFC 206 where he knocked him out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Kelvin Gastelum is going to Brazil, and he is going to fight the former light heavyweight champion, Vitor Belfort.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be a boring fight, but ultimately it comes down to who throws the most power. And Vitor Belfort has not looked like the same fighter because he's cheated throughout his career.
Really? What, like drugs? Steroids?
Steroids. Yeah, he's never gotten caught like that. Never. So, I think Kelvin Gastelum, after the way that he knocked out Tim Kennedy, I think Gastelum is going to knock out Vitor Belfort in the second round.
Really?
I think it's going to be second round.
Well, what Ant doesn't know is that I did some research on this fight. And a couple things that I know. I know Belfort is older. He's 39, right? So he might be past his prime. But he's taller, and he's heavier, and he's Brazilian, right? And he's fighting in Brazil. So I think he's going to have a little extra incentive, maybe a little extra steroids this time around. I think he's going to bring it, and I think he's going to knock out Gastelum. Is that how you say his name?
Gastelum.
I think he's going to knock him out, and it's going to be a real big victory for Belfort. I did my research. I know that Gastelum has moved. He's moved up and down weight classes a lot, right? He was up in middle, then he went down to welter, back up.
Yeah.
And he's a little lighter, so I think Belfort's going to throw his weight around. I think he's going to catch him with a big haymaker, and that's going to be lights out.
Then why couldn't he beat Gegard Mousasi?
Well, it's a new day.
Vitor Belfort, he lost to Jacare, and he lost to Gegard Mousasi.
It happens. He's 39. He's getting up there.
Belfort, I think he's going to get knocked out in this fight against Gastelum.
Sounds like we're putting a homework pass on this.
I like it.
Homework pass?
I like it.
It's a bet, folks. Make sure you tune in. What's it going to be on?
What do you mean?
What channel?
Oh, FS1.
FS1 Saturday night?
Mm-hmm.
Even the main card will be on FS1?
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
All right. Might have to check it out.
All right. Nothing else from the UFC?
Yeah, that's it. Nothing else coming up. Ultimate Fighter? Anything going on with that?
Oh, wait. Since you brought that up. The Ultimate Fighter starts April 19th. If you don't know who the coaches are, it is the current bantamweight champion Cody Garbrandt against one of my favorite fighters, TJ Dillashaw. And at the end of the season, they will fight for the bantamweight title. Come on, TJ.
All right. So you have to tune in for that. What channel is that on? Is it still on Spike or is it?
No, it's going to be FS1.
That's also FS1?
Yeah.
Nice.
UFC is no longer with Spike.
I don't even know if Spike exists anymore. Spike might be.
They
gone.
do. They
Does
do.
It? Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So switching gears from UFC to NBA. So we're getting somewhat close to playoff time. We have the Golden State Warriors, San Antonio Spurs have already clinched playoff berths. I believe the Golden State did it in the shortest amount of time in history. This is the earliest the team has clinched the playoffs.
Yeah.
But they're dealing with the injury to Kevin Durant. What are you thinking right now about Golden State and San Antonio?
San Antonio, even without what's his name that just retired last year? He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. I forgot his name.
San Antonio with Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since he retired, they don't need him. I mean, they're still a great team.
Yeah.
Golden State, as much as they are a great team, I feel like them getting Kevin Durant makes them no different. I feel like they shouldn't have gotten Kevin Durant.
No.
I feel like I feel you don't really need him on your team like that, especially if you're Golden State. You don't need him because now that Kevin Durant's injured, because you remember last year when they didn't have Kevin Durant, they had the best record.
Yeah, they broke the record for wins in the regular season.
Yeah, 73 wins. But
Yeah.
this year they haven't been playing the same. But now that Kevin Durant's injured, I think that plays a huge factor for them.
All right. Yeah, I think sometimes you do like these dream teams, right? We have all these great players, and sometimes the chemistry just doesn't work out. So
Yeah, exactly.
that could happen. I still think they have way too much to not make it to the finals. We'll get to our predictions in a second. We're going to update our predictions, folks.
Yeah.
But I think that they have way too much firepower with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, a couple of those other role players. So while losing Durant, in my opinion, hurts, I think they're still destined for the finals. Once they get there, you never know. We could be looking at a rematch with LeBron James. But I'm impressed with San Antonio as well. To lose a Hall of Famer, probably one of the top 10, 15 players ever in Tim Duncan, and still be as dominant as they are. And don't sleep on the Houston Rockets with James Harden.
Oh, no, you cannot sleep on them.
Because they're scoring I think I saw the other day, they're scoring 119 points a game or something.
Yeah, man. I mean,
So they can just flat out score.
they're a dangerous team. Make sure you watch out for them.
Yeah. So, Ant, what's your prediction right now? We're going to do this sort of intermittently throughout the year. Keep updating our predictions. And, Ant, who do you have right now?
Well, for the finals, that's not for months away, but my prediction for the finals, I don't think it's going to be Golden State against Cleveland. I'm going out on a limb, and I'm going to say San Antonio versus the Celtics. I think the Celtics, this is going to be one of their best years, and I think they are going to make it to the finals. I think they're going to beat Cleveland for the remainder of the season, and I think San Antonio, they have the best shot of beating Golden State, and I think those two teams are going to make it.
That's a bold proclamation there. You're way out on that limb with both of those teams. But, I respect you for it. I'm going a little bit more chalk. I'm going right now Golden State and Cleveland. I think that the Durant injury, he'll be back eventually. It doesn't hurt him that much. And while I think Boston is emerging, I don't think they're quite there enough to beat Cleveland.
So while you think they are a young team, they still have a lot to learn.
Yeah. I think maybe this time next year, if nothing changes, they'll be giving Cleveland a little bit more of a run.
Okay. I think he's trying to compare Boston to the Cowboys because the Cowboys still have a lot to learn.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so that's it for the NBA?
Yep, that's it.
All right, so Ant and I are both big baseball fans. We haven't talked baseball on here yet. We're not quite to the season. We got about a month to go, maybe a little less than a month now.
Yeah, we have less than a month to go.
But we both love baseball, big baseball fans, so we're going to get into it a little bit today. Unfortunately, we are big baseball fans, but that's kind of where the similarities stop. Ant's a big Yankees fan. I'm a big Phillies fan. So, Ant, tell us about the spring training so far for the Yanks. I know you're very excited.
Well, the Yankees, thank God they have a new young team. Because last year they had a bunch of old farts and they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But this year, no more Alex Rodriguez, no more Mark Teixeira.
Yep.
They're gone,
Right.
retired. Dude, and we have a bunch of new young players. And right now the Yankees are the best team in baseball. Right now they have the best preseason record, 9 wins, 3 losses. The second best record is the Los Angeles Angels. Those, I think, well, in their division, they have the best record.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
7-3.
Right.
But Yankees, don't disappoint me this year. You've been on a roll. Let's do this throughout the season.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble, Ant, because you're a good fan, but spring training to me, it's good that they have the best record, but they're trying things out. I wouldn't put a whole lot of stock into the spring training record. I remember one year the Phillies had the best record in spring training, and then they were the worst team in baseball.
Because that's the Phillies.
Yeah.
Their coach is terrible.
You got me there.
Look, it's not. It has nothing. In my opinion, when you talk about your team having the worst record, I don't think it has anything to do with the players. I think it's mainly about the coaching staff. I think I think what the Phillies need, because I know they are a young team and they have
Yeah.
potential one
Yeah.
day.
Hmm.
It's just they need a new coach.
Yeah.
They need a new coach and possibly a new pitcher that can stay healthy.
Yeah, they could definitely use a pitcher.
And if they can do that, they're one of the most dangerous teams in baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the Phillies and the Yankees are in a similar situation where they're both pretty young. Like I think they could be pretty good this year. And I know you're not gonna like this, but I think the Yankees are still another year away. I know you think they're going to the World Series this year, but
Hey, I didn't say that. I just said they're gonna go to the playoffs.
all right,
You
maybe
got me.
playoffs.
Calm down.
Maybe playoffs. But I think that they're a year away. They need to develop some of these young players. But, it should be more exciting. It's always exciting when, like, kind of the old players are out and you get some new players in.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when the Yankees won the World Series in 2009.
Hmm.
That made Yankees were a young team then. Derek Jeter was still in his prime. Mark Teixeira hit the game-winning home run.
You know who they beat that year?
Who they beat for the World Series?
In 2009? Yep. The Phillies.
They beat the Phillies. Really?
Yeah, yep.
Proves that the Yankees are better than the Phillies. No offense.
It's okay.
But let's see how both of our teams do this year. I mean, we still have a while away until the season starts.
Yeah.
But from looking at how the Yankees are doing in preseason, I think they have potential.
Yeah, I think they're going to be good.
And Philly, let's see how they do. I mean, they have a young team, so
Yeah.
hopefully their coach knows what he's doing this year. Hopefully he's not a Rex Ryan version.
I know.
So, yeah, let's see how that goes.
All right. Yeah, so we're going to keep track of how the Phillies and Yankees are doing. If, for the viewers at home, if you want us to kind of focus in on any of your teams, we can do that as well.
Yep.
But we'll be keeping up with the MLB action and throughout the year.
Yeah, next month, that's when the regular season starts, and we might even be talking about the co-ed softball team here, considering the fact that we're both going to play again this year.
That's right. We'll see if we're on the same team. So at Landmark, there's 4 teams. There's co-ed softball. It gets very competitive. Ant and I were on different teams last year.
Yeah.
I think they're doing the draft next week, so we'll know soon what teams we're on.
Yeah, it's funny, too, because I was on the pinstripes last year, and that's the Yankees. The Yankees are pinstripes. He was on the black team last year.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get selected to the pinstripes again. But if I don't, then we'll see what team I get selected to.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll bring on some Landmark softball players too and do a little interview or something.
Yeah.
All right, so that pretty much wraps it up for today. It's good to be back. I missed last week when Ant was off interviewing Jimmie Rivera.
Yeah.
So it's good to be back. Thanks for tuning in.
All right.
Ant?
All right. Thank you guys for checking out the show. Oh, wait. Next week. Like we promised you in episode 5, I think it was.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
We promised all you guys at home that on episode 10, we were going to do some action. And we are not breaking promises, folks. We are not that type of people.
No.
Next week, we're going to be doing a little bit of action. And then we're going to get back to our usual. But for now, thank you guys for watching. I thank you guys so much for the great comments that I got last week about the interview with Rivera, But this is only the beginning. Let's see who I get next time on our show. Trust me, it's going to be special. But check back next Tuesday for our action and for UFC, MLB, and NBA analysts. Till then, thank you guys.
Have a great week.